Hello and welcome to Engine Adventures. Today we've got a 2022 Tacoma TRD Pro, and so far I've been more impressed with it due to a few other things I'm doing. I've only driven it 20 miles and only had it for one day, not even a day. So you can see the TRD glowing in the headlights there. Rigid Industries LED fog lights, and Pro on this side. Of course, same fog light there. Up here on the hood, some sort of topographical map, and not sure where it is. Pretty low elevation unless that's in meters, but either way, not too high of elevation there. This truck now comes with Goodyear Wrangler Territory ATs with the Kevlar sidewalls. These are just mud and snow rated, not three-peak snowflake. And you get these TRD forged wheels, very nice wheels. Of course, all TRD Pros are getting a really nice suspension setup. We haven't tested this yet, so I will leave that for the off-road video. But front and rear, I think they're 2-inch back here and 2.5 up in the front. I'll have to confirm that. Same thing I talked about with the Tundra. It's a composite bed with a rubber bed liner. I'm not sure that you really need that rubber bed liner, but okay. Camera's still offset. Don't like that for hooking up when you're towing and stuff. And the cameras on this thing need to be updated. They're definitely not very clear. It does have the LED lighting here in the bed. It lights up from the top there. Get the outlet and a little storage box right there. And I want you to show you this because this is how much bed space is being wasted. So if you can fit that cubby in here, then a good portion of the bed wall could be used, could be pushed out so it's more usable. Of course, the TRD Pro gives you all of the skid plates. So up here on the front, it's plastic, but from there back, you've got nice skid plates. There is that 3.5 liter V6 putting out 278 horsepower and 265 foot-pounds of torque. Definitely not a truck engine, but it seems much better tuned than the 2019 and 2020s that I've been in. I wasn't in a 21. Anyway, I'm not having many of the issues that I had with those previous two that I've driven. So maybe Toyota's fixed it, maybe I just had problems with the ones I was driving, but this one does much better. We'll talk about that in the driving sections. Has the giant TRD Pro air filter. This is the washable, reusable one, and decent amount of space in here. Not too bad if you want to add your air compressor or a second battery, whatever. There's a decent amount of space in here. Inside the Tacoma, it's not changed a whole lot. It has been updated just a little bit for 2022, and well, at least from the last ones I've been in, and there's a few additional buttons in the layout here I like a little bit better. So this one has seat heaters and the heated mirrors right here. Down here, I don't remember this before, that's probably how it was, but these buttons are recessed. So when you push that, it stays recessed, which means if you don't ever want those on, just push the button. Blind spot monitors will stay off. The parking sensors will stay off, or you can push them in and leave them in and have them come on for you. And then this is kind of like your tow haul mode, ECT power. Use that for when you want a more sensitive throttle. It's just more aggressive throttle, I guess. Right there's a button for your rear window. There you go. It doesn't go down like in the Tundra, and you can see how much smaller that is, but that's okay. Right here's the wireless charging button, so if you throw something in there, hit that so you can charge your devices. A USB-A and a single 12 volt there. Yeah, it's, I mean, pretty much what I remember. If I don't know how well my legs are showing up here. The seat's pretty low. The headrest point pretty far forward, so I like to lift mine all the way up so it's almost like above my head a tiny bit, so I'm not hitting that arch. Up here on the top, it does have the sunroof. These are the buttons for the sunroof. The rear locker button is here. Just remember that most of the time I'm looking for them down here. And I know in the Tacomas that they're up here. I believe this is the 4Runner, it's up here as well. And then your multi-terrain select and crawl control are both up there as well, with obviously this dial to go through those settings. Not a ton of information, just what you need, nothing more. You can't get a trans temp, but you've got a decent amount. You've got what you need on there, compass. You can do the radio up here or here on the infotainment. One thing that the Tacomas always kind of lacked in is these cameras. So they're clean, that's just how blurry they are. And it's not this screen, it's just the cameras are so blurry, and I don't like that. I need to update it. So I mean, this screen's not huge, but the cameras are not very high quality, so Toyota should fix that. And obviously this one has the surround view cameras, and it's very functional. If you're in drive, you can hit, what did I hit? Oh, camera button right here, camera view. Gonna make sure that's showing up, and if you push that, you can get the front wheels. See them just barely starting to turn out there. And let's keep going through. It's just those two. So if I hit reverse, curious what, that's the only camera view I get in reverse. So, okay. Other buttons over here, the power outlet for the bed, and you can set it to 100 or 400 watts. I'm not sure, maybe it does that automatically. The auto high beams, and then just your door lights. You can turn them so they're off, on when you open the door, or just always on. And that doesn't seem to be working. Oh, that's the bed light, sorry, not the cab lights. So, and if you want to turn the bed light on, you can just flip that on. Yeah, I think that's about it. The other one I was looking at is here. This is off for the door lights, if you wanted to come on when you open the door, or if you just want to have them on all the time. So here in the back seat, my shoes actually don't fit underneath the seat there, and my knees are all but touching. Like, there's just barely not touching there. My head has a little bit of clearance, but not a ton. There we go. I did hit my head, like if I sit all the way up straight, try and sit up, it gets really close. So I'm 5'10" ish, and if you're a little taller than me, then you'll be hitting your head there. All the seats get this red stitching up front. You get the TRD Pro on there, and these floor mats are actually pretty good. I would like to see a little bit bigger of a lip on there, maybe have them go underneath a little further and have a bigger lip so they hold stuff in there better. But other than that, they are pretty good. There's no center folding armrest, and that seat apparently wasn't even latched, but not a lot of storage back there either. So you have a speaker down there in the bottom, whatever else, and I just closed that seat belt in there. The seat bottoms fold forward, and they have these storage bins underneath them. There's your jack and your tools for that. Not bad. I'm okay with this storage. And then to fold the seats, pull up there, and you can fold them down if you take the headrests out. There's a little storage cubby there. So not a ton of storage behind the seats, but it is there. And then if you do want to put stuff on the back of the seats, it's got a hard plastic backing on it for more durability, and there are some hooks and stuff back there too. The issue with these seats, not really issue, but the one thing I don't like about them is putting the seat belts back on there. So it's kind of a two-handed affair, and especially on this side. There you go. I guess I could do it one-handed, just takes a little bit of work. Base price for a 2022 Tacoma TRD Pro is $48,640. This one has a few little features, but nothing crazy. Door edge guard, door seal protector, those are $140 and $79. The bed light is $149. The bed mat $130. D-rings in the bed are $55. Tailgate emblem $160. TRD air filter is $90. and the spare tire lock, 75. With destination of 1,215 brings a total to 50,733, which is a little bit more than a ZR2 that would be similarly equipped or maybe a little better equipped. It's about $5,000 more than the last ZR2 I tested. The color on this one is electric lime, and I like it. I'm normally not a fan of the bright colors, but I think I'm getting away from that, where I'm starting to enjoy bright colors more. Okay. 0 to 60, just flat footing it. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh boy, this thing is slow. Still in first gear. Shifted about 5,500 RPM. 60. So that was 12.25 seconds. Not great. That's uphill. That's at, what are we at? 4,600 feet elevation ish, something like that. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what you expect from a Tacoma, but that's quite a bit slower than even the Colorado and Canyon, especially the Colorado ZR2, which I would say competes most closely with this, and actually comes in a little bit lower price with similar equipment. So all right, on the freeway, it seems to do a little bit better than it used to as far as keeping a set speed and all that, but it is still slow to downshift. Like, you have to give it a lot of throttle to get it to downshift, and that's for fuel efficiency's sake. And there are times it's hard to dial that in just right, because there are other vehicles that for me are very quick to downshift when I don't want them to. So there's always a trade-off between getting it just right, and it's very dependent on the individual. So some people prefer it one way, some people prefer it a different way. And for me personally, this one just takes a little bit longer to downshift, or more throttle input rather. Once it comes time to shift, it shifts quick. It's just you require a lot more throttle input to get that shift. The steering is a little bit floaty or numb. Yeah, I would say that. Tiny bit floaty. You're in a corner, you're holding it constant, and you'll hit a bump and you get a little bit of bump steer, which is really weird for a rack and pinion steering system, but it happens on this a little bit. And it could be, you know, the tire sidewall is giving a little bit, just the higher ride, softer suspension and all that stuff. So as it all works against you for on-road performance driving. Off-road, this thing's great. Okay, S-curves. We're okay right now. Let's see what we can do. And again, this engine is just a little bit anemic for this truck. Well, as far as torque goes, horsepower is decent, but it's a little low on the torque end. And I mean, it's sliding there. The steering was actually pretty good through that, but I've noticed other times steering at higher speeds and stuff, it just kind of floats away. But let's see. Yeah. ZR2 on-road, way better than this. Off-road, this thing is smoother, a little bit more controlled. I think there must be more wheel travel in this, and those shocks are large diameter and stuff, so you should be able to get a lot of life out of them if you're bouncing along over really rough roads. I think you should be able to do quite well. Another 0 to 60. Hopefully we can do it in this distance. 3, 2, 1, go. Dash at 60. And 9.95. Much better. Thank you for watching Engine Adventures review of this 2022 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro and it's much better than I remember Tacomas being as far as on-road drivability, and still maintains great off-road drivability. Anyway, be sure to check out the off-road video. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post new videos, and give me a thumbs up. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like. If you like this electric green, electric lime paint job, I actually do like it. Anyway, be sure and comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks again. Have a great day.